the left. It isn't owned by an organisation, and it certainly isn't owned by the fucking government. It's owned by us, the citizens of the United Kingdom.
So I think I've proven that Tommy has done a lot fucking more than Owen has for freedom of speech. He then goes on to call Tommy a convicted fraudster and former football hooligan, because, you know, the labels work so well. So I'm going to let Tommy prove that he's not a fraudster.
I'm charged. They didn't charge my wife. I'm charged. I'm charged with tax. I'm taken to court. Their whole case of why they've done this, they say I owe them £137,000 tax. That would mean me not paying tax on about 300 grand, wouldn't it? I did have a business that was turning over quite a bit of money at the top for those few years, yeah? It took 20 minutes in court for me to produce, for the evidence to be produced, I owed them not a single penny. Bearing in mind they've closed my businesses. They've destroyed my shop. They've destroyed everything we're doing. And then within 20 minutes, we got not guilty. After this, I'll explain the mortgage case. I then had a mortgage case where I was charged with mortgage fraud. Between me and my wife, we had 7 mortgages. What they did is when they had nothing against me, after 2 years of my investigation on me, they started targeting my family all around. Cousins, they've done the nans, they've done one of my family members for not paying tax in 2006 on things sold on eBay. Yeah? Everything and anything they could find. Yeah? My brother-in-law was charged. His case was that he got a mortgage, self-certification mortgage. Any of you bought properties, you'll know. Years ago, it was encouraged. You're encouraged to say you earned more, really, as long as you put a big enough deposit down. Now, my brother-in-law bought his first house. Bearing in mind, when we were arrested, this all happened 5 years before. The house was bought. It was sold 9 months later. The mortgage company were paid. No one lost a penny. Yeah? This was the mortgage fraud they arrested my brother-in-law on. But they tied me to it because I'd lent him a deposit at the start. Yeah? So this was the case. This was the case.
So that bit's done. Now let's get on to the football hooligan label. Let's see if that really sticks as well.
I've gone to football, and as I said, I'm not here to pull the wool over your eyes. I'm not here to lie to you. I haven't lived I've made mistakes in my life, yeah, as everyone does, and as a young man I did. I went to a football match where I was arrested on another charge. I was arrested outside a football stadium, and for nothing related to football. And I was that charge was subsequently dropped. When I answered bail for that charge, they said that I swore outside the football stadium. 2 police officers said I swore. Yeah, I thought, well, that's nothing. Yeah, I was taken to court. Then it became apparent why. I was convicted for swearing outside a football stadium. The headlines in the newspapers were I was convicted of a football hooligan riot. I was convicted apparently for calling them sheep shaggers. Yeah? Luton were playing Newport, England versus Wales. Yeah? It was a football match.
So whatever